So, what's next? Well, there's plenty to do, so we are still on our plot. Old cars need love sometimes. Yeah. Our intercooler has been leaking since we bought this truck from every corner, so I'm gonna now change a new one. Or it's not the new, it's used. Just bought it and seems like it hasn't leaked. It should be quite straightforward. Taking the bolts out, taking the silicone sleeves out, pipes, and then putting it back together. There's a bonus thing that we can actually see inside if there's lots of carbon buildup. So we can take a peek inside. Okay, now the old intercooler is off. What it seems to me, it has been leaking from every corner and also in the middle from the clamps. And what comes to the motor, at least there ain't carbon buildup. I thought there will be a lot of more because this is quite old car, but what I see there is just a really small film of carbon buildup. So I don't think that is not a problem. But otherwise, I think it looks quite okay. So I'm gonna just now replace the new intercooler and then go for a test drive how it feels and seems. Okay, now the new intercooler is in place and we started it and it's not leaking and it's working like it should be. So now I'm gonna take it to the test drive and see if the problem of not having that much power while accelerating is better. That fix was something that was on my mind for weeks and weeks and weeks because it has been leaking since we bought the truck. So now it's changed. Originally that intercooler is from Sweden, but we bought it from Poland from the wrecking yard. Yeah, it's a used part and it's really hard to find used parts of intercoolers for Navarra that hasn't leaked. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it's not leaking. All the intercoolers in the wrecking yards, they have leaked. Every one of them. This was best looking intercooler in whole Europe. Other reason why it looks like it's brand new is that they have cleaned it really properly. So we will see in next week or so when we have driven if it has leaked or not. I hope it hasn't, because this would be one fix that has been done to our truck. So now we're gonna go to the test drive and also in the same time go dump our trash. It's like 5 kilometers away from our plot. Yeah, I don't know. Nothing feels different until we can get to the larger road and we can accelerate, because accelerating and going with the uphills is the only place that you can feel the power loss. Not when you are driving in a motorway, but accelerating and on the uphills. Okay, the test drive have been driven. I didn't see any difference. Maybe some sound difference. I can hear the turbo now. Like woo-hoo. Only difference. But I think we can see the difference when we get the camper on top of the truck, because it's been always only a problem when we have a camper, or major problem when we have a camper and we are driving uphills. Then you can feel jerking. Not like in a flat And Finland is flat country, so that's why it's really hard to find hills. We have an MOT maybe next week, and our windshield is cracked in a couple of places, so I bought this kind of DIY kit where you can fix the hole yourself. It was €7, so I will try it if it works or not. Yeah, we don't really stress about our MOT. When we are in Finland we do it, but when we are abroad, only thing that matters to us is our insurance is covered, so we can drive. But the MOT, if it goes bad, then it goes bad and we continue driving there until we come to Finland. Now we're gonna take the MOT and we need windshield that is not broken. Okay, it looks like it's gonna be working great. Now I just have to leave it be for 20 minutes. And I can actually make 2 fixes, because also here is a small crack. So I'm gonna fix also that one. Have to say, this was much better than I anticipated. I thought this will be not that good and really hard to make. But this is basically a 10-minute job and it's great. I have been planning to grease our jacks for quite a while, so now I bought a grease pump and gonna just install some grease to the jacks. Yeah, this is messy work even if you have the pump. And of course every corner needs to be treated. I don't know how much is enough of grease. Maybe when it's starting to come out.
Welcome to Combat Kitchen! Today we are going to prepare
a pizza!
We have an option to cook outdoors, and we made a promise we only cook indoors when it's raining. But now is the exception. It's so cold outside, we don't want to be there. It's plus 10 degrees in the middle of the summer. Welcome to Finnish summer! At least it's not raining. Yeah.
Yeah, we bought ready pizza dough in Germany and it was great success. So we did the same here in Finland. So bought 2 dough balls like ready, and we just have to unfreeze them and then just make it a pizza.
I already prepared some sauce for us, so this is tomato paste with the oregano, pepper, garlic, paprika, all that fun stuff. Yeah, this is our favorite tomato paste in a pizza. This is fun, making food together. And because we live so tiny, we cannot fit the pizza oven here, but it would be a dream. But we don't buy it because we don't eat pizza every day.
We need always to have multi-use things. So the pan acts like a pizza oven and normal pan, and also cover on our grill. So it has many things that we use it for. And this pizza dough is quite good because it's you can see through it. And I think it's gonna be working just great.
I was planning to call my pizza a mozzarella dream, but now it looks like a Finnish pizza. Finns always put way too much toppings on their pizza. My pizza has a mozzarella cheese.
Shredded mozzarella cheese.
Yeah. I'm thinking about those
artichokes.
Artichokes, yeah. Artichoke hearts, tuna and onion. And yeah, tomato sauce. It's a pan pizza. Let's see how it turns out. My pizza turned out to be a bit fiasco, so it's raw from the sides and burned in the middle. Hopefully Joni's pizza will work out better.
Last time it went so much better with the pizzas because we used air fryer, but because we are on our plot and there's not that much sun here because of the trees, we cannot use the air fryer. To save the situation, we took out the air fryer, even the batteries are quite low.
I wanted to save my pizza.
My pizza came out pretty good. Yeah, the dough isn't raw and tasting good. So
sometimes life is like this.
Yes.
Especially when you are vlogging, everything turns to shit.
Yes, and also when it's your batteries are low, it always rains.
For the next week, whole week. Past few days have been so cold and miserable. I can't believe it's full summer and you don't feel like being outdoors at all. And when it's not raining, you feel guilty being indoors because you should be out here enjoying not rainy weather. Yeah, but it affects your mood a lot. The wind and the coldness, the chills goes inside of your bones. But yeah, there is one thing that we can do when it's cold. Ta-da! Go to sauna. It always warms us. I bet everything does this. I am glad we built this sauna very soon when we bought the plot, because we have been using our sauna every day when we are here. And I think the barrel shape, the round shape, makes the sauna heat really fast, because it takes like 20 minutes and it's plus 80 degrees already. Yeah, I like it here. This is my happy place. And especially now when it's really cold, it feels great. Yeah. Let's close the door. Squeaky door. Everything we own is a little bit tilted and squeaks. You know, when we bought the plot, we fell in love with the location because it's truly middle of nowhere, isolated. We don't have any neighbors, so Finnish government owns all the forest around our plot. And we own kind of lot trees, which we prefer because this land is very windy. We are located between Saimaa Lake and Lake Ladoga in Russia. So I think it creates all this constant wind. So we like to keep these trees living here and not chop them too much, because then it becomes unbearable to live here. I don't like high winds or too windy places at all. It makes my ears hurt. And because Finnish government Metsähallitus owns the forest around our land, it means it wants cash. So they will be cutting these woods quite a lot. And unfortunately, behind the hill over there, they have chopped a lot of woods. So it means when it's not windy, we can hear the traffic from the distant road. Only when some big vehicle, like a logging truck, drives the road, we can hear it in the distance. And it was not like that before. This was dead silent place, and I read from article that it's really rare to find a place in this planet where you cannot hear a man-made noise. They are called 15-minute places. So if you can find a place where you cannot hear man-made noise for 15 minutes, it's really rare place. Because in the wilderness, in the Siberia, even you are in the middle of the nowhere, you can hear the planes going by you, and there is always some technology noises. So man has made noise everywhere. And before they chopped down a bunch of woods, our plot was this 15-minute place, but not anymore. Yeah, and there's nothing we can do about it.
Now when we have changed the intercooler, I think it's time for pack things up, put the camper on top of the truck and head for some test drive. Yeah, some camping in the Saimaa Lake area and having a good time. So we have some preparation to do. We have to clean everything from there. There's a pile of things that has accumulated just below the camper because it has been raining, so they have been there because of that. Yeah, it's not a big of a deal put the camper on nowadays because we haven't done it so often, but still we have to put it on and then we can go some driving. And let's see if the intercooler help even a little bit on our problem with the truck.